Welcome! In this video, I want to go over all the supported features in my 3D modeling or sketching tool. First of all, we see our virtual hands and the virtual environment, which is empty at the moment. If we lift up our left hand, then we can see the hand menu, which consists of multiple tabs, simple objects, complex objects, manipulation tool, coloring tool, deletion tool, navigation, settings, and general settings. You can see that on the side, on our palm, in both hands, we see the currently active tool. Let's start with the simple objects. These consist of multiple basic geometric shapes, where complex objects consist of multiple furnitures and other more complex meshes. Let's start with a couple of simple objects. You can spawn them, and then you can use the direct manipulation, which is by default, to move them around, rotate them, or scale them with two hands. Let's spawn a couple other objects as well, like so. The manipulation types can be customized. For example, we can turn off rotation, or we can also turn off translation. We can change the manipulation mode to gizmos manipulation. To activate the gizmos on an object, you have to select them, and then they are going to swap between the objects. There are 4 types of gizmos in total. The diamond-shaped ones are responsible for moving the object on one axis based on the object's local rotation. The capsules on the side are responsible for rotating that object in that specific axis. The square gizmos are used to scale the object on that respective axis. The corner gizmos, called square rectangle gizmos, are used to scale the object uniformly on all 3 axes. Scale rect gizmos can also be customized. The anchor type can be selected. Generally, it's the opposite corner, so if I move this, then the opposite corner is going to be in a fixed position. But we can change this to bound center, and then the center of the bounds, which is generally here, is going to be the anchor point. We can also change the scaling type from uniform to non-uniform, but this is at the moment an experimental feature, but it can still be used. By using the coloring tool, we can select a color, and then by selecting an object, we will change that object's color. If we spawn a new object, then that object is going to have the currently selected color. We can use the deletion tool to delete an object by selecting it, or we can delete all objects. When it comes to navigation, we have multiple options. We can teleport the camera by doing an L-shaped gesture with our hands and then pinching teleport. And now the objects are over there. We can also rotate the camera with a fixed angle by selecting one of these arrows. We can also reset the camera position and rotation as well. Another navigation method is the drag move navigation. This allows us to form a fist with one of our hands, either left or right, and then the virtual object will follow the hand's movements. We can also enable the drag, rotate, and scale manipulation or navigation, which can be used when we form a fist with both of our hands, and then we rotate our hands around the anchor point, which is in between the 2 hands, to rotate the objects, or we can also scale them by increasing the distance between our hands. But these can also be reset. Lastly, we can toggle the pass-through to place objects in the real world environment.